we were having earlier on with Mary Mudhoni, who is still with us here in studio. And Mary, one of the biggest questions right now for most of the women is how do they tap into this animal called devolution? What are the opportunities? What are the missed targets?
There are opportunities all over, in all the sectors. If you're in health, education, in urban planning, the opportunities are all over. All we need is a lot of sensitization to ensure that these women understand what they're looking for. Across the country, if you go around and ask the women, why have you not maybe shown interest in the 30% procurement, government procurement? And you ask them for documents, they'll tell you they do not have. So that is one of the key inhibitors that have made women to still remain behind. Whereas we are supposed to have exhausted the 100%, we are only at probably at most 17% of the uptake that has been done.
But the fear is, Mary, sorry to cut you short, the fear among many women,
yes,
and even the young men
the
who
youth
are into business,
yes,
they say government delays to pay. It always drags their money. So people fear doing business with government.
And you know why we have that? It is because of devolved corruption. That is one thing that we need to kill. That's where I was going on recommendations. We have to kill corruption at the county level for it to move. Because really, this money is delayed from where? And by whom? You see? But we also need to have these youths coming up and saying, yes, we are 100 of us, we are 10 of us, we tendered at this time. They have, we did a some clean work, but still we haven't been paid. That is why the Chamber of Commerce, the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, is there to advocate for such cases. If you come to the chamber, you're a member, and you present such a case, then there's already an advocacy case that is at stake. Again, you can write to PPOA, you can visit their offices, go to Huduma Center, present all these issues, and ensure that you follow up. Because one of the things I've seen women having is we give up too easily. And once a woman gives up, she may not go there again. I can report by the fact that the Women Enterprise Fund, the uptake has been fantastic. If you go to the women who are at the bottom of the pyramid, they'll tell you, women who are in chamas, women in groups, in the women groups, they have taken that money. They have an advantage over any other woman who has not taken a step.
But the repayment hasn't been really consistent.
Even the payment for Women Enterprise Fund, I'm very specific, for Women Enterprise Fund.
All right.
I'm yet to dig deep about the youth enterprise. But I have a challenge, because some of these women who are given these funds, they may not per se need it. They used it for any other dealing. They may not have gone into business. So coming to the government again, maybe they need to define the line. How do you use this money? Is it for business? You want me to start business? Then give me more skills. You see, there has been a bit of a friction between the national government and the county government on the funding of the counties. Whereas the counties are favored with 15% of the national government money, you still realize there's still that tension of you do not want to empower the counties. This should completely die, because what we need are more skills at the county level. So more money should go to the empowerment programs for women and youth. You won't believe it. Even if you go to Kikuyu or to Kiambu, let's say, for instance, a county we take as part of Nairobi and next to the resources, very many youths, they don't have jobs, and they don't want to get out of their houses to even go and inquire where they can get these opportunities. So sensitization programs is a must, and more funding, more money must be put in these programs. If the governor has, or a certain county has received X amount of money, then probably a certain and a significant percentage of that money must go to the programs for women and youth.
And of course, Mary, looking at devolution, it is seen as the panacea of hope for many people in terms of getting jobs. And how can counties rejig themselves in terms of value addition and empowering those women farmers down in the village level?
When we have more information running to the people, it trickles down into action, because faith without action really is superstition. We must go into action in ensuring that these youths who have been trained for a specific task in a specific sector, they are actually going to do that on the ground or on their own.
Yes.
One key issue that we must tell people about is for a youth to be in agriculture, for instance, you do not have to own tea bushes to be in the coffee sector. I mean, tea sector. You don't have to own coffee bushes to be in the coffee sector. You fix yourself in the value chain. You can do packaging. You can do the marketing. And these days, you just need to do it in the internet. So if that information goes to them, and yes, I'm glad even the UN is coming on board with Empratech program, which can train the youths in
what is
some of
Empratech all about?
Well, it's an empowerment tool for women and the SMEs to ensure that they're running their businesses in the right order,
all right,
and also to give them a kick on whatever that they're doing right, whatever they're doing wrong, so that they can correct.
All right.
Yes.
Mary.
And of course, it's with the Ministry of Trade, and Chamber of Commerce is involved in the same.
All right.
Yes.
Well, that's a perfect place to end the conversation. Very passionate discussion there. We've been speaking to Mary Muthoni, who is the chairperson of the Women in Business chapter under the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, just giving us one or two insights into how women can tap into devolution. Well, that's where we want to wrap it up. The block that started at 1 p.m. is coming to a close right now as we pave way for our Swahili team, where my colleague Ali Manzu will be steering the ship further. Well, my name is Abia Gina. Thank you for your valued company, and do stay tuned.